everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin the Geek. You are watching Kevin the Geek, and welcome to another Christmas reaction video where I react to Wallace and Gromit. Now, on the main channel, I have never reacted to Wallace and Gromit. However, over on Patreon, on Boxing Day, I released a reaction, which is a Patreon exclusive, to the second ever Wallace and Gromit serial, which was The Wrong Trousers. And probably I would argue that the first one that I ever remember watching as a kid. That and A Grand Day Out are two that really stick with me. The two that kind of came after it and the movie, they don't really stick in my memory as much. Maybe I'll rewatch them, maybe I'll do them on the channel at some point. But the episode that I'm doing today is the Christmas special that literally came out a couple of days ago on Christmas Day 2024. I was going to attempt to try to cut together an edited condensed version for YouTube. I am not going to have the time to be able to do that, so maybe I may find the time in the coming year and release it for next Christmas, who knows. But for this year, this one, it'll just be straight away where it will be found most likely on Google Drive. Maybe I'll put the link to the Patreon and make it available for everyone. But this one is Vengeance Most Fowl, and the reason that I did a reaction to The Wrong Trousers, well, it's quite simply, it features a return of a character from that special. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get reacting.
Pleased to meet you, Master Gromit.
He's very friendly.
I should think so. It's Reece Shearsmith.
You're Norbot.
Neat and tidy.
Well, you can't argue with that. Whoa! I thought this was supposed to be a kids program. Feathers does love to swear a lot, doesn't he? So yeah, I thank you for persevering through my immense amount of coughing fits all the way through that. I'm a bit worried about Kevin and Sallis, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because if I was laughing that much with Wallace and Gromit, I can imagine if the writing is any as good as what it has been in other episodes of that show, I could imagine that I'm going to be laughing a lot. I am a bit nervous going into it, partially because in a very feverish sort of dream-like state I got into, sort of like 23rd, 24th night, and then Christmas Eve night, when I'm laying up in bed and I'm sweating and I've got a fever and everything was all going badly for me. I don't know what it was. I had playing out in my head how the Kevin and Sallis, final episode would go, and yeah. Safe to say, if it goes anything like that, we're in for a scary ride. Put it that way. Just put it mildly. As for this, right, let's think about this for a second. So, I of course rewatched The Wrong Trousers in preparation for this. I didn't rewatch A Grand Day Out, which I have seen countless times growing up. A Close Shave, surprisingly that it did come out a similar sort of time period. I haven't watched that nearly as many times. And the last one, which of course was the matter of, what was it, Loaf and Death or whatever, I think I've maybe only seen that once, or at most twice. And the movie as well, I think I only saw that once as well. So I didn't have a lot to kind of judge it on. And when I'm looking it up, I'm going, this is like an hour 20 minutes, there or thereabouts. Thinking, that's a lot. That's a lot. Because I remember A Grand Day Out and The Wrong Trousers just feeling so tight and compact. And then when I was rewatching it the other day, I was thinking 30 minutes does not seem long enough. So it was a weird thing when I was watching it. I was like, this actually feels the perfect amount of time. I've watched different shows like Benidorm is one classic example. The first two series were half-hour episodes. After that, they got expanded to 45-minute episodes. And that was a show that really benefited from having the longer kind of format dedicated to it. Wallace and Gromit, I've never been totally sure needs to have the longer format. Let me just quickly look at the movie, because I don't think it was that much longer, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, this does technically get counted. If you... granted, I'm talking Wikipedia, so take for that what you will. Grand Day Out, Wrong Trousers, Close Shave, Matter of Life and Death, they are all classed as short films. Whereas Curse of the Were-Rabbit and now this, it is classed as a film. So the Were-Rabbit was 85 minutes and this one is 79 minutes. So actually, it's nigh on about the same length of time. And I don't know why, I had it in my head that Were-Rabbit felt very, very unnecessarily long. This one didn't feel too long, yet at the same time it didn't feel too short. It felt about right. And sometimes it can be just the specific story that you're creating, and whether you're doing that. In this particular one, I think the length of time, it was sufficient. The story it told was a nice, kind of build up of what we'd had previously. Excuse me. Oh dear. It was a simple way of getting Feathers back into it. Yet at the same time, the simplicity in what got him out and got him to deal with stuff makes you think, how many other times has Wallace been put on TV and spoken about his inventions? So yeah, it's a bit of a interesting one there. So Peter Kay is of course the chief inspector there, who he was in excuse me, I think he was just like a normal officer in the original movie, but then he skipped the loaf short and came back into this one, and it was Reece Shearsmith who was Norbot. So for context, I did kind of see this on Christmas Day. So I was around at my mum's on Christmas Day. But of course, when this came on the TV, I was still flued up, so I wasn't really paying that much attention anyway. Plus, we were trying to play games and stuff, and my nephew was going absolute bonkers. So I didn't really catch any of what was happening. I did at times look over, I'd see Norbot, I'd hear the voice, and just I kept thinking, I know that voice. I really know that voice. And it wasn't until Reece Shearsmith's name came up at the end, and that's when I was like, oh, that's who it is. It's so recognisable. How did I miss that? To which, of course, my sister was true to life, just the normal person that she is, going, oh yeah, of course. How could we miss that? Really trying to take the mickey out of it, which is a bit mean, considering I'm ill and I was also doing her a favour the following day and babysitting. So, yeah, take from that what you will. But yeah, as I kind of said in there, I think he was a great choice. Maybe it would have been funny if you'd had Steve Pemberton kind of come in as maybe a couple of the other voices for the henchmen, and like Reece was like the main Norbert. That could have been a fun little twist thing as well. Then you had Diane Morgan as the news person. I don't think I know who she is. Just trying to have a look. She was apparently in Phoenix Nights, which I've not seen yet, but I would like to take a look at that at some point. I'm just looking through her what's the word? Her filmography. She was in apparently an episode of Inside Number 9. I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for that one. Yeah, no, I don't really recognise anything that I probably would have seen her in. And then Lauren Patel as Mukherjee, really not much at all. I mean, it says on her page that she was born either 2000 or 2001, so she's only 23, 24. She was cast as Pretty Pasha in the Amazon Prime video. Everyone's talking about Jamie. Okay. Yeah. No, not a lot to be fair. So yeah, not a humongous voice cast list in this one. Probably compared to the Were Rabbit one, there's a lot more I remember in that one being. The one thing that my sister did say, kind of post watching it on Christmas Day, and I wanted to kind of get your opinions on this as well. So please do drop your comments in the suggestions about this. So for me, I've always been a massive fan of the sort of the claymation style used to create a lot of the originals. And as technology has, of course, improved, that claymation style has moved to a bit of a hybrid between CGI and they still do, traditional, kind of claymation stuff. My sister, she was saying she's very much anti the CGI stuff. It looks too fake, which is a weird thing to say when you know that you kind of talk about plasticine models and clay models and stuff. I personally do think that to speed up the process, now you think how long it took to make the original one. It was like 10 years or something ridiculous like that, and that's just for a half-hour thing. So if you're still doing that original style, you're talking like 20-30 years to make one single movie, so you've got to kind of be a little bit adaptable. But there was some moments in that I could still spot that it was CGI, but with like the subtle thing that I thought was very cleverly done. Because, like I said, when I was watching the Wrong Trousers, one thing I loved was you could see that the fingerprints of the person who has obviously been moulding the clay and everything. So I liked that had it. So even the scenes that were CGI'd, they still made sure they'd have like these little touches to, yes, make it a faster way of making and processing and everything this movie, but still being able to sort of pay homage and tribute to the original. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you not mind the fact that they use a bit of a hybrid between CGI and claymation? Do you wish that they only stuck with claymation, or do you think they would be better off going in a completely new direction altogether? Let me know in your thoughts. But that is going to do it for today. I'm not going to talk anymore. My voice is absolutely killing me. Thank you so very much for joining me. I've got one more video to record for the month, which of course is the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special. Otherwise, coming out on Monday the 30th, I've got 2 Scottish related reactions. I've got Chewing the Fat Hogmanay special. I've got 2 Doors Down, which is my very first reaction to that show. And then on New Year's Eve itself, on the 31st, both New Year's themed episodes. I have got Good Night Sweetheart Series 3 Episode 1, which takes place on New Year's Eve, and Gimme Gimme Gimme, which is again set at New Year's, particularly the millennium. So that will be literally 25 years to that point, which makes me feel incredibly old. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, drop your comments down below, and of course consider joining the Patreon, where you get exclusive content. There is exclusive content that has come out this month that you can not see anywhere else. One of those is of course Wallace and Gromit, the Long Trousers. I've done Mr. Bean, I've done Michael McIntyre, I've done some commercials videos, a few different bits and bobs. And judging from what people have kind of said with doing some of these Patreon exclusives, it might be something I will try and do more of at some point in the future. But that will do it for today. thank you so very much for watching. And for now, my name's Kevin. I am a geek. You've been watching Kevin the Geek. Have a very happy new year, everybody. Goodbye.